Okay, a very good evening to everyone present. My name is Dhrutika Shah and we are Group 04 from the Western Zone. I am a third year civil engineering student from Goa Engineering College, and I, along with my team members, Amog, Netra and Tejas, will be presenting the project on the steel intensive quarantine center building for COVID-19, which we have come up with under the guidance of our professors, Dr. Punanan Savaikar and Professor Shraddha. We have chosen a green theme for our presentation since it is a steel project, and as we know that steel is a green material since it is recyclable. The image on the screen is how the proposed building would look like. In the pandemic situation, with the rise in COVID cases, we needed a quarantine center for the containment of all the potential carriers. We have proposed a steel structure that would act as a quarantine center, which can be constructed quickly as well as economically. And once the pandemic is over, it could serve as a multi-purpose hall, an indoor sports complex, and even an art gallery. Taking into consideration the requirements, we have tried to provide the best possible structure which would serve as a comfortable and safe shelter for the people. The parameters of the proposed building are as follows. The site location is Kolkata, West Bengal. The area of the building is 1750 meters square. It has a length of 50 meters, a width of 35 meters, and a height at the ridge level of 17.9 meters. It has a roof slope of 23.5 degrees. The minimum eaves height provided is 7 meters. As per IS 875 Part 3, the basic wind speed at a 10-meter height chosen is 50 meters per second, and the roof live load assumed is 0.75 kilonewton per meter square. There are 6 wards in the quarantine center. Ward 1 and 2 have an area of 165 meters square, which can accommodate around 25 people, taking around 5 meters square per person since it is a quarantine center and people need to stay at a safe distance from each other. Wards 3 and 4 have an area of 182 meters square and can accommodate around 25 people. And wards 5 and 6 have an area of 232 meters square and can accommodate 30 people. The structure has a total span of 50 meters with temporary partitions for serving the purpose of quarantining the potential carriers as well as providing a comfortable shelter for them. We have given an octagonal shape to our building because while being spacious, it also adds to the aesthetics of the structure. This shape also proves useful as a multi-purpose hall and for indoor sports events since the partitions are detachable. The high height of the structure facilitates heat management and also gives enough height to provide the required slope for rainfall. The skylight with huge louvers is provided for ventilation process as well as for natural light. This is how our plan for the structure would look like. The advantages of the proposed building are the provision of detachable partitions so that they can be shifted as per convenience and use. The food counter is provided at the center, so it is accessible to all the rooms faster. There are 6 wards for minimal contact and easier management. Each ward has a toilet as well as toilets for differentially abled. There are enough windows in each ward for ventilation and natural light. Skylight is provided for natural lighting and aesthetics. Roof louvers are provided for ventilation, as well as we have made a provision for rainwater harvesting as Kolkata lies in a high rainfall region. Now I will be handing it over to my group mate Tejas.
Yes, thank you, Natika. So moving on to the special features of the building, we have provided automated doors, keeping in mind the COVID restrictions for minimal contact. Automated doors open automatically on sensing the approach of people, thus eliminating the need to touch the door to open it. This door leads to the sanitization chamber. Once the person enters the building, he is led into the chamber, which is fitted with automated sanitizers, and they are on the walls, which will provide uniform spray on the paper. Also, there is a thermal detector which will monitor the temperatures. So using such automatic doors would really help at a quarantine center as it will ensure minimum contact. This is provided to ensure the sanitation of people before entering the center. So as stated by Nutika, moving on to skylight, it has been provided for the purpose of daylighting and ventilation. Skylights are located on the roof, so they can result in unwanted summertime solar heat gain and wintertime solar heat loss. Our building is also equipped with an 8 by 8 skylight of laminated glass set on MS frame. Let me tell you some benefits of using skylight. Those are adding natural light to our spaces, letting in fresh air and better ventilation. It also saves the energy costs. Now, each ward are also fitted with an emergency switch, which is connected to the security cabin, which will ensure rapid action against the different emergency purposes. The building comes equipped with ramps for the 3-meter main entrance, and we have provided a mid ramp of 1 span, which is helpful for differentially abled people and also for transport of rolling equipment. Now, moving on to the major part of the presentation, the load on the structure, I've represented some typical loading of the structure in these slides. The following slide depicts the earthquake load on structure in X and Z direction. Also, these are some screenshots from STED Pro, which we used to depict the wind loads, which are also in X and Z direction. And now for the analysis part, I'm sorry, before that, we have also given the live load and temperature load case and also shown the self weight. Live load we have taken as 0.75 kilonewton per meter square. Moving on to the analysis part. This is a representative figure from the STED Pro of the analysis output of the result. Overall responses of the structure in terms of bending, shear, and axial force have been depicted in the following slides. So the first figure shows the bending moment. The second one gives an idea about the axial forces, and the third one represents shear force. Individual members have been analyzed and designed accordingly, as mentioned in these slides. These are some typical individual responses of specific beams. Over to my teammate Amok, who will brief you about the step-by-step design.
Hello everyone. So I am here to brief you about the step-by-step design. Going towards the beam, we have designed all structures using IS 800-2007 code. We used Excel program in order to get the results. We have designed columns accordingly, and all the columns are designed as short columns. Going to the truss arrangement, the truss arrangement is chosen so as to minimize size of the sections, so as to avoid increased rigidity and self-weight. Tubular sections are used in this for this purpose. Going to the slab base, foundation adopted for column structures is a typical slab base due to less span, which may be due to the less span or column spacing. Slab base is sufficient to serve as footing. Now over to my next teammate, Netra Narkand.
Yes, thank you, Amok. So now I'm going to brief you about remaining design members. Purlins. So basically we have designed purlins as continuous beam members resting on rafters, which ranges from 1.5 meter to 21 meters. The maximum section chosen for that span is ISMB 600 and the minimum section chosen for that span is ISMB 300. The maximum amount of bending experienced by purlins is 6,391 Newton meter, whereas the maximum deflection experienced by the purlin is 10.67 mm. Joints. This is a typical picture of joint which is designed under beam column junction. So now I over to my next teammate, Tejas.
Yes, so now we'll be looking at drawing of a plan. This is the elevation view, and we have provided a maximum height of 17.91 meter, and also the eaves height is 7 meter, whereas the front span is 35 meter of the building. The entrance that we can see has been fitted, it has been given as 9 meter. These are some figures showing the internal and external structure. The second figure, we can see that there are trusses which have been provided. And also the third figure, we can see that there are different spans of different members. And this is our architectural plan that we have provided. The left-hand side shows the entrance, and basically it is the doctors and nursing ward. It has 2 doctors' chambers and 2 nursing rooms, and also it has been fitted with a security chamber. We have given 3 different entrances, one main entrance for the patients and 2 side entrances for the doctor, so as to cut down the contact. Also, it has a passage and lobby, which is quite spacious, and we have given 6 patient wards, and also a mid food counter. Also, each individual ward has a separate toilet. And yes, this is our basic plan. Now, Amog will explain about the bill of quantities.
Thank you, Tejas. So, to show the bill of quantities, here we have stated rates for different members, and our total rate comes to around 2.47 crores.
We would like to thank INSDAC for giving us the opportunity to take part in this project. With this, we would like to conclude our project.